All right, guys, the Hamilton Khaki Field Automatic 42 millimeter. 2 years ago, I did a video on this. I don't think I've really had one on the channel since then, and I never owned one or wore one at great length. So it's kind of cool that one is back in my possession temporarily, and I can share my thoughts on it again with you real quick. So it is a 42 millimeter case. It has a longer lug to lug, which is kind of a field watch thing from Hamilton. It's 51.5 millimeter lug to lug. It's really thin though. Even with the double dome sapphire crystal, it's only 10.7 millimeter thick. It has a 22 millimeter lug width, and the bracelet tapers down to 20, and it has a fully milled out clasp. Only 2 micro adjust on this. So hopefully you can get a good size on that. Should have a split pin. I think it has a split pin bracelet design, so pretty easy to size. This is the newer variant. This is the newer variant with the H10 automatic 80-hour power reserve movement in it. And this thing on the time grapher is healthy amplitude and running at a flat line, meaning that it's plus minus 0. It is like running perfect. So very, very good movement for sure. Non-screw down crown, oversized crown at 7 millimeter. So you can wind it in the first position, and then you can pop it out one position, and that would adjust the date. And then if you pop it all the way out like this, it'll hack the movement, and then you can adjust the time. Very simple operation. I forget the water depth rating on this. I want to say it's, well, it says 10 bar, so 100 meter, not too bad. That's plenty good enough for everyday use. Solid end links, has the female in the end link, so meaning that this first center link on the bracelet is going to articulate and nearly lay the bracelet flat on the case back. That's going to help with comfort, especially since it already has a 51.5 millimeter lug to lug. Signed crown as well, I forgot to mention. Let's pop this on my 7.25 inch wrist so you can see what it looks like on my wrist. It wears, feels, and looks great on wrist, guys. Now you could do this with leather, you could do it with a fabric strap. Of course, I would prefer it on this metal in this variant. I think retail on this one on metal is $625. I'll put a link to Mimo's jewelry in the website. He's my preferred authorized dealer for Hamilton, but he's out of stock on this, and I don't know if and when they're going to get more of these. So the reality is, if you hunt around for one of these on the gray market or the secondary market, I would expect to pay anywhere from, say, maybe $450 up to $550-ish, depending on how and when or where you pick it up. But again, snapshot in time, so who knows what's really going to happen. So if we zoom in on this guy, you can see a really nice red tipped second hand. You have a syringe style handset on the hour and minute, the fully polished frame with a Lume in the middle, and then you have the Arabics, a pretty busy dial. You have the Arabics, of course, all the way around for the 12 with the interruption from the 3 for the date, and then you have all of the 24-hour Arabics on there, and then of course you have your minute track going all the way around the perimeter with markings at the 5s, and then a polished bezel. Pretty much brushed case other than that polished bezel. So very good looking watch. Like I said, very daily, like user-friendly sort of type watch. And for the price point, it gets you into a Swiss-made automatic that is accurate, reliable, and just clean, classic, super legible, easy to use. It's still a great watch. Most Hamiltons are. They're some of the best value proposition for the entry Swiss automatic watches for sure. And they have some quartz models too, so it's not just automatics. So let me kill the lights. You can check the Lume, and then if you guys have any questions, let me know. There's the Lume. So typically they, traditionally would lack in the Lume department. They seem to be improving a little bit. It's still a little weak on the Arabics, a little bit brighter on the hour and the minute hand, but still legible. I'm sure it'll fade out. It's probably C1 Lume or something. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next vid.